CBC President Catherine Tait was just cross-examined by a parliamentary committee over the millions in taxpayer-funded bonuses handed out at the CBC. Now, we watched the full 2-hour exchange, and we've got three main takeaways for you. Number one, the CBC has handed out 16 million smackers in taxpayer-funded bonuses in 2022 and $99 million in bonuses since 2015. Number two, Tait gave every indication that executives at the CBC will again be taking a bonus, including herself. And the third takeaway is that Liberal, NDP, and Bloc MPs voted against a motion to force the CBC to say how much in bonuses they paid in 2023. Okay, let's do a little deep dive into the full committee appearance. Now, Tait started her testimony by trying to string together a word salad claiming that the CBC isn't handing out bonuses. She says that they're handing out at-risk or performance pay. That's what Tait said. Yeah, those are just other words for bonuses. But the craziest part about that beginning of the testimony is that the CBC itself acknowledges that they're handing out bonuses. In fact, the CBC gave the Canadian Taxpayers Federation access to information records. I'm holding them here in my hand, and they use the word bonus themselves. Zoom in for a second, folks. Here we are. What's that word right there? Bonus. Bonuses at the CBC. So let's see, according to their own records, how much in bonuses they're handing out. Let me just rattle off a couple numbers for you here, folks. In 2022, the CBC handed out more than $16 million in bonuses, okay? In 2021, $15 million in bonuses. In 2020, $15 million in bonuses. Again, what was happening in 2020 and 2021? The taxpayers funding their salaries? That's another story for another day. Okay, folks, 2019. $14 million in bonuses. 2018, $13 million. 2017, $8 million. 2016, $8 million. 2015, $8 million in bonuses. You get the moral of the story here, folks. Since 2015, the CBC has handed out $99 million in taxpayer-funded bonuses. Now, to make matters worse, Tait gave every indication that executives at the CBC will once again be getting a bonus in 2023. In fact, she was asked point blank by Member of Parliament Rachel Thomas from Lethbridge if she thought she met her own performance indicators that would trigger a bonus. What was Tait's reply? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Now, it gets even worse, folks, because it always does when you're the taxpayer. MP Thomas brought forward a very simple motion. Force the CBC to bring back to the Canadian Heritage Committee how much in bonuses they're handing out in 2023, right? A simple matter of transparency. But MP Thomas's motion failed. It didn't pass because Liberal, NDP, and Bloc MPs voted against the motion. They voted against that simple motion of transparency. Why don't they want Canadians to know how much the CBC is paying out in bonuses in 2023? Now, Tait even had the gall to claim that the CBC is chronically underfunded. Well, just look back at their annual reports, folks. It's all online. If you look back in the last 5 years, every single one of those years, the CBC is taking more than $1 billion from taxpayers. Okay, so every year, the CBC gets more than $1 billion from taxpayers like you. So does that sound like they're chronically underfunded? Of course not. Okay, folks, so let's recap those three main takeaways. Number one, the CBC handed out $16 million in taxpayer-funded bonuses in 2022 and $99 million in bonuses since 2015. The second main takeaway is that Tait is giving every indication that executives at the CBC will once again be getting a bonus for 2023, including herself. The last main takeaway, folks, is that Liberal, NDP, and Bloc MPs all voted against a motion to force the CBC to disclose to the committee how much in bonuses they're paying out in 2023. All right, folks, if you're sick and tired of the CBC taking more than $1 billion from taxpayers like you, and just sick and tired of all this shenanigans of bonuses at the CBC, well then head over to taxpayer.com and sign the petition to defund the CBC.